Kind of, yeah, it can be. Not talking about what's being said, but the feelings behind it. Sometimes it's that kind of conversation. Yeah. Because you know what, sometimes we do see in our children, in our clients, in our employees, that they're going to do some heel digging if they don't feel that they're listened to or understood. You ever notice that? Your kids at home? You don't listen, Mom! You know, and then they'll be uncooperative as all get-go. That happens a lot, but if we really truly listen and tune into them, man, all that melts away. It's almost magical. And does that mean that as managers we have to be, you know, all full of rainbows and butterflies and all kinds of fluffy stuff? No, no. You up the ante when it's necessary, and you bring forth assertive communication when it's necessary. Holding the person accountable and saying, hey, wait a minute, okay? We've been here before, we need to move on, and we need to solve this. Okay? And I see you, whatever, I need you to.
So you gotta get a little bit more firm with them.
You certainly, if, for example, you're at dinner, at first, how do you ask for the salt?
Please pass the salt.
Yeah, okay, if someone doesn't hear you, what do you say next?
Pass the
A little
salt.
bit louder. Please pass the
Yep.
salt.
Yep, you use a little more firmness, a little more volume, just kind of like that.
So you can
You know.
give me the salt.
Give me the salt, dang it, what's your problem?
Throw the pepper at 'em.
Oh yeah, that too.
Salt and pepper, that's hilarious.
Any other questions?
I guess what's going on in an organization when they ask you to come in and do this kind of an activity, to do the coaching process?
Sometimes we see there's a culture change that needs to happen, and we have a mentality of managers being supervisors who micromanage. You guys know what I mean when I say micromanaging, where somebody is behind you just constantly inspecting your work. They may delegate, but then they check up on your work and they don't trust. And that kind of thing sometimes happens. Or you'll see some work teams that have some productivity issues. There are team building activities that have to happen because the team is fighting one another, holding one another back, and there's a lack of mutual goals. You see a number of different situations like that. You might see that there is a pretty large global change occurring in the organization, and people have to survive that change. And one of the workplace programs I don't have listed on my Success at Work's flyer is my change management program. And change management is sometimes really healthy for those organizations who are going through major change, whether it be downsizing, merging, re-engineering, you name it. Does that answer your question?
I heard you, at first I thought I didn't hear it right, but you mentioned supervisors,
Mm-hmm.
and that's new to me.
Yes.
Where did that come up from?
I don't know where I heard it from, but I use it for people who tend to
It's pretty accurate.
micromanage.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty accurate.
Mhm.
As soon as I said it the first time.
You thought it was a stutter of mine.
Right, right. Well, but then I thought, no, she probably did mean it because it's very direct what they're doing. Right on the case, right on that.
Right. And it's an issue of trust, and it's an issue of collaboration and communication and coordination of efforts. It's also an issue of let's train our managers to manage in positive ways. Acknowledge the efforts of their employees so that employees feel that their work is valued. And therefore you don't have that insidious behavior that sometimes occurs, which is the sabotage.